Our societies are constantly evolving, and their trajectory of existence is always shaped by various moving parts that determine which narrative wins. But Japan is one such society which has kept Western style, lefty, lunatic, neo Marxist ideology at bay. But not for long, because as you guys know, Japan is one of the fastest aging societies. It's actually shrinking. It's been shrinking. Its population has been shrinking since 2015. So somewhere along the way, Japan also decided that maybe it's time to bring in migrants, and not just any migrants, Muslim migrants. So ever since they started bringing in Muslims, suddenly, for some reason, the temples that have stood for hundreds of years, they have suddenly become extremely combustible, just like how churches in Canada and Europe have suddenly become combustible. Check this out. Japanese people are gops.
広島県廿日市市宮島
Look at this temple in Hiroshima. Just there are no fires around, nothing's happening, but they're like, Japanese people are flabbergasted. They're like scratching their heads. They're wondering, what happened? What is happening to all of our temples? In just the first 6 months of 2026, more than 9 ancient temples and sacred shrines in Japan have been destroyed by fires. Japanese people are wondering, why is that suddenly happening? But some people are now joining the dots, and they're saying, it might have something to do with Muslims coming into our countries, because as you guys know, Muslims love to do that. They're doing that in the West. This is New York. This happened recently in New York. Some unknown assailants just firebombed a church in New York. Oh, there's a poor little cat too. They don't look very Americans to me. The Muslim Brotherhood action in America, look at them. Wherever they go, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. They just like to take over. They love to dominate. Okay, so that's just that, yeah? So you know that Muslims don't like other people's places of worship. But they're also complaining about just life in general in Japan. Wherever they go, they just complain. Listen to this guy. How is it to be a Muslim in Japan?
How is it to be a Muslim in Japan, precisely?
Living in Japan as a Muslim is actually pretty hard. It's not easy. It's getting easier, but still, for example, finding halal food, halal restaurant, or like prayer rooms. Even in the case of my friend, they don't have any time for going outside of the office for Friday prayer. So I'm lucky I always have time. I have doing anything. It's courage. I used to be hesitate a lot because in this society, I need to always care about others. But after knowing about Allah,
Japan, wake up. It always starts like this. Oh, please give us some prayer rooms. Look, we're just, we're not going to harm anyone, please. But it always ends up like this. Look at this. Italians are now forced to ring church bells because Muslims love to go in front of churches and pray. Muslims love to go to people's landmarks and pray. Look at this. It's a church. Why do they have to go in front of a church to pray? Why? So they always start off like this. Look at this. This is Moscow. Oh my goodness. All you people who think that, Moscow is the last bastion of Western civilization. This is Moscow. It always starts off like this. So Japan, wake the hell up. Listen to this woman.
So I'm going to get so much hate for saying this out loud, but I'm still going to say it. Japan is so overrated. Okay? Because tell me why and how that they are so freaking racist and they get away with it. Like how? You see, you could be following all the rules that they set, like to respect the culture and all this thing, and they will still be racist to you because you're brown, because of your skin color. They're not racist towards white people, and that's how Japan got hyped. It's because white people have no culture. They go to like
white people have got no culture. Look, she just said it. Look how casually she's being racist, and she doesn't probably even know about it. The white people have no culture, so they're respected. Well, why are you so angry? Well, maybe this is a reason why Japanese people are racist towards you or towards brown people. Because wherever you go, you show no respect to the native culture. You show no respect. You think that you could take over everything. There's a reason why if everyone is hating on you, there's a reason behind that.
with culture, with decent food, and they hype Japan so much. And when you go to a restaurant in Japan and you ask for an English menu, they will give you a menu with the price slightly, not slightly, actually quite a bit more than the Japanese menu. So imagine if another country actually did this, the amount of hate the country would have gotten is like crazy. But people just forgive and forget when it comes to Japan. People are, oh, this is the culture. What, scamming people? It's the culture.
Scamming people? How's that scamming, you dipshit? Oh my God, I can't stand these people. Deport Japan. Wake up, Japan. Deport these people. They will come and ruin you just like they have ruined the West. Look what's happening in Spain right now. They're literally storming the beaches of Spain or Spanish territories. This is what they're doing. Look, they're here to take over. Just don't drop your guard. Your society is aging. You're gonna bring in these people. They're gonna come in. They're gonna start taking over. They're gonna reproduce more, and then before you know it, they're in the civil. They've got the tentacles everywhere. Everywhere. Check this out. Check this Muslim guy being told by this Japanese person to leave because other people don't want him. Watch.
お金払ってる人にどこ行ったらあかんから。そういうルール、日本は。
Civilized people. Bring out your baton. That's the only language they understand. Let me show you what he actually says. He's going to say something. Oh, there are no subtitles. There's another video. There's an subtitles there. A Muslim is trespassing into a hotel for salat. He's praying. Even when the police warn him, he ignores it. He has absolutely no intention of following Japan's rules. No intention. A Pakistani named Mohammed has been arrested for grooming a Japanese teenage girl. How typical. Look at this one. Japanese woman says she does not want Pakistani Muslims in Japan because they are inbred and have low IQs and are disproportionately more likely to be rapists. There you go. So you know how I said that every society is evolving its trajectory of existence? So, and there are competing narratives at play, and there are so many moving parts, different interests. All those moving parts are pushing for, they're all shaping the trajectory of their society. Obviously, this is the other side of the society that is pushing back against mass migration. So they're competing narratives. And of course, I guess Japan is also falling victim to leftist ideology. And again, there's a reason why those ideas become acceptable to their governments. There are some real life concerns like falling birth rates. All of these things matter. That's why they're like, okay, maybe let's bring in some people. Maybe we can control it. Maybe we can force them to integrate and assimilate. But it doesn't work out because you cannot underestimate the power of Islam. Islamic society has its own trajectory of existence, of survival. It is also moving in its own direction. It also has various moving parts. Some moving parts come in and they say, well, you know what? We have to take over.
紹介するこのニュースはですね、とんでもないニュースなので、皆さんですね、心して聞いてください。はい、いいですか？お願いします。警察は介入できないということでですね、北海道に、世界4位ですね、テロが起きる国、世界4位のパキスタン人の集落が、
Oh wow, there's a Pakistani settlement in Japan.
爆誕して日本人が迫害されるというね、謎の事件が起こって
And
る。
their government is doing exactly the same thing that they did here in the West. They started gaslighting the natives. They're blaming the natives for being racist, and they're saying no, that they're actually persecuting the natives for complaining about this Pakistani enclave in Japan. Okay, I'm going to say something which some of you might not like. I wouldn't say that there are some evil forces that are controlling this. As I said, there are interest groups. They're all pushing for what they think is best for them. And in the end, depending on how powerful they are, they end up shaping the trajectory of their society.
ですけれども、これね、マジで怖いところが、パキスタンってマジでやばい国ないの。で、やばい人しかいないのよ。まあ、やばい人しかいないっていうのはちょっと言葉に語弊があるんですが、パキスタンっていうのはですね、これ山本慎二さんの、X ですね、お借りするんですけれども、英国 BBC の調査によると、これですね、たまにどこのソースだとか言ってくるやつがいるんですけど、英国 BBC な、よく聞いとけよ。はい。で、パキスタン人の 70% が近親婚の結果、アラブ世界では人口の半数以上が近親婚。だからさ、なんかさ、ちょっとあれなんだ頭が。で、BBC の調査ではイギリス在住パキスタン人コミュニティの 55% が男婚。だからイギリスに
There
住
you
む。
go. They are watching what's happening in Europe, guys. Some of the Japanese people are watching what's happening in Europe, and that's why they're not having any of it. Watch this last video. So these Muslims said that we need our own cemeteries. We have no place to bury. So the governor said, okay, we'll accept it. But then the locals pushed back against it, and then the governor reversed the decision. Since it is a result of that, I don't particularly think it's bad. This guy migrated from Bangladesh to Japan and currently in Ishinomaki city lives in the Muslim. Wow, bad subtitles. So there you go. As the acceptance of foreign human resources progresses within the prefecture in order to allow Muslims and others who have the custom of burying their dead with peace of mind, Governor Murray, these subtitles are horrible, but I'm just reading them. I guess you get the gist of it. So this governor is now going to say, sorry, we can't do it. Governor Murray was considering the establishment. Yep, he was considering the establishment of a burial cemetery within the prefecture. However, because of all the mayors of the municipalities who give the final permission answered, and they said, no! They said, go back! Deport! That's what they said. This is how the West should have responded everywhere. So again, there are various moving parts. So it's not to say that, oh, Japan is fighting back or Japan is not being conquered. All of these moving parts are taking place and they're shaping the trajectory of Japanese society. Only time will tell where it will end up because, as I said, there's so many moving parts. Let's hope that some of these enclaves, like Australia, like Japan, they're getting infiltrated by these Marxist global ideologies, but they might not have time to establish their footholds in the West or in these other enclaves because Europe is gonna find out, as you can see what's happening in Spain. Something really bad is going to happen in Europe that their natives will say enough is enough. And at the end, which will consequently determine the trajectory of their societies.